CBD vape or not to CBD vape? That is the question. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be looking at CBD vaping, and it is a big question out there. What is safe to vape in CBD products? What is to be avoided? How does vaping differ from other methods of taking CBD? So join me in this quick slideshow and presentation where we'll be looking at CBD vaping, and if you feel at the end of it, if it is right for you or not. Please remember that I am not a medical practitioner, and please read through the disclaimer. I do have 25 years of experience behind me in the health and beauty industry, and I try to use as much of that knowledge that I have gained, a wealth of knowledge actually, from the last 25 years to assist me in assisting my clients with regard to CBD and guidance. So we have different methods of taking CBD. We have a very popular method, which is called sublingual or oral method. This is when the CBD drops is placed underneath the tongue and it absorbs via special glands underneath our tongue called sublingual glands. These glands then take the CBD directly into the bloodstream. Another method is to ingest it. Ingested, for example, in the form of capsules or edibles, is another method of taking CBD, and the ingested method works its way through the digestive system. Inhaled, obviously, via our lungs, and the methods that are available is with vaping or smoking the actual CBD flower, the hemp flower or bud, which is where CBD is most concentrated in the cannabis sativa plant. We also have topicals. Topicals such as salves, balms, creams, and oils. I actually have a lot of clients that use the same sublingual oils, the oil drops that they put underneath their tongue, is what they actually also use as a topical treatment for themselves. But our salves and our balms are extremely popular, especially for those that suffer with arthritis and our sports persons for muscles and recovery. So let's take a look now at a few differences between some of the methods of taking CBD. So I have looked at ingested, oral, which is the drops underneath the tongue, and vaping. We have differences in bioavailability in the different methods of taking CBD. So, for example, our ingested method has a 15% bioavailability. Now, what do we mean by bioavailability? Well, bioavailability is, in other words, how much of the product actually gets into the bloodstream. What percentage of the product you take in actually gets into the bloodstream. Now, these are obviously averages that are out there, and each person's physiology is extremely unique. So the bioavailability for each person may be slightly different, and so may some of the other percentages and times example of each of these different methods of taking CBD. But the ingested method, as we said, has a 15% bioavailability. Our oral method, which is the drops underneath the tongue, has a 30 to 40% bioavailability, and our vape method has a 50 to 60% bioavailability. In other words, that is the percentage, again, of how much of the product is actually getting and entering the bloodstream. Now, the only other method that would give you a slightly higher bioavailability would be CBD taken via suppositories, but in Ireland, CBD is legalized as a food supplement. So suppositories actually doesn't fall into that category. Now we look at onset. And what do I mean by onset? Well, onset is, in other words, how long does it take for the CBD, once you've taken it, to actually get into the bloodstream and start circulating around the body? So in ingested, the onset is between 30 to 120 minutes. Our oral method, which is our drops underneath the tongue, is between 20 and 30 minutes. Although I must say that a lot of my clients, and including myself, I find that I tend to start feeling the effects because I take the drops under my tongue, and my clients who do as well, the sublingual method, I tend to start feeling the effects, but again, it's my unique physiology within about 10 to 15 minutes. Vape's onset is the shortest amount of time. In many cases, you'll see that vape products will say to you that you will feel the effects of the CBD immediately. The onset is usually between 1 to 5 minutes for it to get into the lungs and into the bloodstream and start circulating around the body. So the vape has the shortest onset time. Now we look at duration. Now, what I mean by duration is, in other words, how long are the effects felt in the body after you've obviously taken the CBD in whichever form, and it's now had its time to actually enter and be circulating around your body. So the duration of the time for ingested products, for example, capsules and edibles, is 6 to 8 hours. So it has the longest duration of time of the CBD product remaining in the system. Oral method is 4 to 6 hours, so it's a good middleman. Vaping, though, is our shortest duration of time. It is pretty short-lived in regards to its duration will be between 1 to 2 hours, again, depending on your unique physiology. What I have found in my time of my clients purchasing CBD products is that some of my clients, for example, who have decided to take CBD because they suffer with anxiety, they are taking oral drops under their tongue in the morning and the evening, but they are using their vape device with the vape oil that they found is best suited to them, because there are different percentages and milligrams of vape oil available, but they are then taking the vape oil during the day to top up. And when they're feeling a bit of anxiousness coming on, they are then using the vape device. And so are a lot of my clients who are trying to give up smoking, or my clients, for example, who suffer with nerve health challenges like fibromyalgia, and some of my clients that actually have MS have found that they use the vape during the day to help just boost their systems. So now we look at the ease of dosing. Well, ingested has a specific milligrams per capsule. So it's very easy to know how much you are taking of that CBD in your dosage for each day. For example, if you were taking 3 capsules a day, those 3 capsules would basically be, with regard to the products that I sell, that hold 10 milligrams of CBD per capsule. That means that you would be taking, and easy for you to calculate, that you are taking 30 milligrams of CBD per day. So when it also comes to purchasing edibles, generally if you purchase an edible, a CBD edible, it will be clearly stated as to how much CBD is in that product, in that edible, or each edible if you're buying, for example, portions. Now with regard to the oral or sublingual application of the CBD oils underneath the tongue is very precise dosaging per drop. For example, a 10% oil has 5 milligrams per drop of oil. So it is easy for you to calculate how many milligrams of CBD you are taking per serving or per day by basically multiplying the amount of drops you take by 5, and that would then give you your dosage for the day. For example, if you were taking 10 drops a day, that means that you would be taking 50 milligrams of CBD. And likewise, if you were taking 25 milligrams of CBD a day, that would then calculate to you taking 5 drops of CBD. So for clients who have higher dosages of CBD requirement, the oral application and oil under the tongue is the preferred method for larger dosages of CBD. Now we look at our vape. Our vape is difficult to dose precisely because you're obviously just inhaling. And it also depends on the time of the inhale. So it's not recommended for anybody who's requiring very large doses of CBD per day, and it's not required for those that are wanting to dose very specifically. But you cannot overdose on CBD anyway. So there we go. We have our three methods of dosing, three methods of taking CBD. So now let's look at a few ingredients and products in CBD that maybe you should avoid. And I say maybe, but quite honestly, I'm wanting to say to you, avoid at all costs. Okay. My mentality is this, is that most people who are looking to take CBD, they're looking to take CBD to improve their health. So why would you be wanting to put any products into your body, any toxins into your body when you are taking a CBD product to actually improve your health? So avoid all synthetic flavorings. Quite honestly, you don't need the flavorings. A lot of products are sold on their flavorings, but synthetic flavorings is most particularly pretty dangerous, because a lot of these flavorings, when they actually react with heat, they change, and that can become extremely dangerous to your health and definitely not beneficial. Nicotine. We all know nicotine is an addictive product. So if you can avoid all products that have nicotine in their CBD vape oils, I would say most definitely go down that road. You'll be surprised how many of my chain smokers and people who have battled for years to give up the addiction of nicotine have gone onto our vape oils that contain zero nicotine. There is absolutely no nicotine in them, and they have been pleasantly surprised at actually how much they weren't missing the nicotine. As they say, in most cases, getting over the nicotine is the easiest part. It's getting over the actual habit, which is the hardest. So avoid nicotine at all costs if you can. Most definitely one that, please, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot urge you to stay away from this more, is please do not use any vaping products that have vitamin E acetate in them. At the bottom of the slide, you can actually see that I have included two sites, one by the CDC and one by the NCBI, that you are welcome to go to those references down there to actually read the reports with regard to vitamin E acetate and the dangers and cases, and unfortunately some fatalities that they have actually linked the vitamin E acetate to. PEG. Now PEG should not be confused with PG. PEG is definitely should be avoided at all costs. Chemicals and preservatives, false preservatives. Stay away from as much of this as you can. In actual fact, not even as much as you can, just stay away from it. Go for natural products, go for organic products, because if something is organic or natural, you know most definitely that there will not be any preservatives and any chemicals in it. Why would you want to harm your health anymore? We are on, when you have started a journey, the CBD journey, to improve your health. So why vape CBD? Well, a lot of my clients, this is the reason why they vape CBD, from me particularly, from Healthy Hemp and the products that we supply. They vape the CBD to help them with their pain management, anxiety and stress. As I said, a lot of my clients use the vape during the day as a top-up, where some of my clients who suffer with anxiety find that the vape is 100% perfect for them. They don't require any more. But a lot of my clients use the oil under the tongue and use the vape to top up during the day. Again, that's the same that applies to some of my clients that use CBD and have found that it assists them with their nerve health challenges. So again, they use the vape as a top up during the day. Menopause, most definitely. A lot of my ladies have been using the vape product for the menopause, and they have found that it has really helped them with regard to this, the relief from the symptoms of menopause. But I also recommend to them to actually take CBD itself. And if you're wanting to know a little bit more about that on the menopause and so forth, we do have another talk called Stress, hormonal imbalance and weight gain. You're welcome to take a look at that. Stopping smoking, as I mentioned already. I have a lot of clients who have used it for stopping smoking and they have found it to be extremely beneficial. Inflammation. We are all inflamed. None of us are exempt. Our diets, our environments, our stresses of our lifestyles. And arthritic challenges. The vape product is extremely popular with my clients who suffer with arthritis and arthritic related symptoms and challenges, health challenges. They also find that the salve works beautifully as a topical application for directly into that area that they are suffering with at that time. Now, the CBD vape products, with regard to CBD vape products, the only products that I would be able to recommend to you is the CBD vape products that obviously are available from Healthy Hemp. Healthy Hemp supply the brand leaders in CBD products, and many of these brand leaders produce phenomenal quality CBD vape products. Hempture, U-Hemp, Hempland, and Cannabidiol are just some of the brand leaders there that we supply. Now, we have different strengths of CBD vape oil available to you. We have a 25% milligram, which is our first little bottle at the bottom there from Hempland, and Cannabidiol. I apologize, I don't have a picture of the bottle in there, but Cannabidiol and Hempland both produce a 25 milligram CBD vape oil. Then from Hempture, we have our 50 milligram, our 100 milligram, and our 200 milligram CBD vape oil. And from U-Hemp, we have a 300 milligram CBD vape oil. The 300 milligram is the highest milligram of vape oil that we have. It constitutes to a 3% strength. And likewise, going backwards on our list there, we then have the 2%, 1%, 0.5% in our 50 milligram, and 0.25% in our 25 milligram strengths. There are only 4 ingredients. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. 4 ingredients that you will find in any of these vape oils. There are no synthetic flavorants. There is no nicotine. There's no preservatives. There's no false chemicals. Nothing. We have PG, VG, natural hemp flavor, and we have the hemp CBD. And all CBD extract from all the products that we supply is organic. So if you're wanting to look more at the actual hemp vape oils that we supply, please go to healthyhemp.ie online shop. And while you're there, also take a look at our vaporizers that we stock. And the reason why I mention that is that there are a lot of vaporizers out there that were designed for other vaping products. Now, CBD burns at a lower temperature than a lot of the other vaping products out there. And that means that if you are using a vaping device that is not specifically made for CBD, the chances are, and very, very likely, that you are actually burning your CBD product that you may be putting in your vape device, because the vape device is burning at too high a temperature for the CBD itself. So we have vape devices, Vape Pros and vape pens that are specifically designed to actually vape CBD. Why would you want to burn your CBD? And a lot of burn products out there, whether it be in your CBD vape oil or other products that burn, you are inhaling that into your lungs, and basically you're inhaling a carcinogenic. So you do not want to do that. You have started on the road and started your journey to health. Why would you want to put a carcinogenic into your lungs, sending it straight directly into the bloodstream in 1 to 5 minutes? So always make sure that your vape device is perfectly suited for vaping CBD, and they will be able to tell you if it is specifically designed for CBD. And we have 2 available for you on our online store that are for vaping CBD. So I would like to thank you all for joining me today. Please go to our store, take a look at our products. As you can see, we have our store product, our product images up there, making it nice and easy for you to be able to choose the product category that you are after. Oils, capsules, topicals, vaping oils and vaporizers, our coffees and teas for our pets, our superfoods, and also our hemp fabric and thread. Thank you so much for joining me, and please remember, we are always available on Instagram at Healthy Hemp Island, on our Facebook at Healthy Hemp Island, or you can contact us via our website, support@healthyhemp.ie, or give us a call and we will happily take your call. Looking forward to seeing you again. Keep well and keep smiling, keep shining.